Now that we've talked about how the color wheel resembles the rainbow in nature, let's make a color wheel in the shape of a flower. So we're going to begin with drawing right in the center of our paper. We're just going to draw a small little circle. And then we're going to begin with the petals. And we are going to begin with the primary colors for our petals. You can make your petals any shape you want. They could be a big oval, they could be more of a circular shape, they could be more of a teardrop shape. I'm going to do a basic pointy petal. And it's okay if your petals are not the same size. So like I said, I'm going to begin with the primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. So I'm going to start with 3 petals. And I'm going to try and space them out the same way. So this would be my red, my yellow, and my blue. And you can go ahead and write those letters so that you do not get confused. And then right in between my red and my yellow petal, I'm going to make another petal, and that would be orange. Now in between my yellow and blue, another petal, and these are my secondary colors, and yellow and blue make green, that's right. And between my red and blue, another petal, and that would be my violet. So we have our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and now we have our secondary colors, orange, green, and violet. Now we can move on to our tertiary colors. So in between my red and orange, I'm going to make another petal, and that would be my red-orange. In between my orange and yellow, another petal, and that would be my yellow-orange. Another petal in between my yellow-green, in between my blue-green, blue-violet, and red-violet. Okay, and now we have the basic shape of our petal. We can do a stem down at the bottom. You can make it curved. You can make it straight, however you like. Now I'm going to do one big leaf. It's going to kind of go behind this petal, just like that, and maybe the veins of the leaf here. And then you can begin coloring it. Now, one thing I'm going to do when I color it is I want to show value. So I want to make sure that I go from darks to mediums to light, just to make it a little bit more interesting. And in the background, you can also create a different kind of idea, maybe some lines to make it look like it's windy. I'm just going to make a few lines. And I'll mix some colors in the back. Maybe make it look like a windy day. And now it's time to color. So value, remember, is when you show the lightness or darkness of a color. So to make our flower look really beautiful and very interesting, each petal is going to have darks, mediums, and lights. So I'm going to start with my first color, red, and I am going to press really hard with my crayon to get a really dark value. And then in the next section, I am going to press just a little bit lighter so that I have a medium value. And each time I come back and just make it a little bit lighter. I don't want to go from dark to light. I want to go from dark to mediums to light and have a much smoother transition. So you don't want to see stripes on your petal. You just want to very subtly see the change from the dark to the medium values, and then the very, very tip of your petal getting the lightest of all, almost barely touching the paper. And you can go back and fill in a little bit more where you think it needs to be just a little bit darker. So I have my darks, my mediums, and my lights. And there you have your color wheel flower. You have your primary colors, your secondary colors, and your tertiary colors. I used value in each one of the petals, and then I even took a purple and then a black to add just a little bit more details in each petal and to give some value around the edges of the petal. In the background, I used reds, oranges, and yellows to give it a sunset look. And in the leaf, I used a lime green, like a yellow green, and a regular green. So I used value, I used the color wheel, I showed some shadows. Take your time, enjoy it, make a beautiful flower from nature.